Hello and welcome. Hi, this is Josh, also known as Cpgeek, and today I'm going to get a first look, at least for me, at the Asus 4090 Tuf Gaming OC. This is my new graphics card, and I'm just going to do a quick and dirty unboxing here, figure out what they all include in the box, and what I'm really looking at here. So without further ado, let me just go ahead and switch on over to my other camera here. This box is gigantic. I did order this from Newegg. I generally don't order too much from them as they've been a little hit or miss on some quality control issues. If you want more information on that, I would encourage anybody to go on over to Gamers Nexus and take a look at their really nice journalism on Newegg, but neither here nor there. I do have an affiliate link down below. If you're interested in this card, please go ahead and click on that and browse to your heart's content. If you are interested in my content, please check me out over on twitch.tv/cpgeek2. Link to that is also down in the description. I do streaming usually around 10, 11 o'clock on Sunday nights. I usually go until around 3 a.m. It's my typical time slots, and I do have more information about that on my Discord server as well on a case-by-case basis. Sometimes times get pushed up or pushed back, so look there for all of the relevant info about that. So let's go ahead and jump into this box. I'm super excited. So the first thing that I noted is that this thing is really heavy. Shipping weight is 9 pounds. Which is super heavy for a GPU. Just go ahead and peel this box in. I've not been in this box yet. It's just the packing tape that it came with. So here we go. Looks like the box is a pretty standard box. Very attractive. I like the artwork. I'm going to take it out of here. Wow, that is really hefty. So I'm going to set this box aside for now. Bye-bye box. And take a look at what we have here. So I like the corner cutting of the box here. It's a good aesthetic choice. We've got Asus Tuf Gaming graphics card. This is the OC edition. So you get a little bit more clocks. Not that it really matters because on the 4090 GPU boost will kick in and give you pretty much the best it'll handle given the temperature and current voltages and whatnot and power limit. So DLSS, ray tracing, reflex studio. This has 24 gigabytes of memory and it supports Asus or a Sync. Just checking out the sides here. That'll look pretty nice on the old shelf. Nice silvery color here, very reflective. Asus Tuf Gaming OC, 24 gigabytes. And on the back, actually, let's go ahead and do the boring parts first. So there's the top. Looks really pretty. Big fan of that. That's pretty much the same stuff on both the sides here. And on the back, we get quite a bit more information. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this slightly. Focus. There we go. Tuf Gaming graphics card, GeForce 4090. HDMI, 3-year limited warranty. Cooling. We've got a nice vapor chamber here for illustration here. Die-cast shroud, aluminum backplate optimized for airflow. Work in tandem with redesigned axial tech fans that shift 23% more air, keeping noise levels down and GPU temperatures under tight control. From what I understand, I believe that they've overbuilt most of these GPUs as initial NVIDIA recommendations for add-in board partner cards. were seriously overdone. Um, I think that they were initially trying to set these up and make them like 600 watt to 900 watt cards or 1,000 watt cards in the beginning, but that didn't happen here. I believe that even if you crank the overclocking slider on this, I believe that the limit is 600 watts, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so this is more than enough cooler. This should be nice and cool, as well as pretty darn quiet because of how overbuilt this cooler is. I would probably end up putting this on air. I will probably end up putting this on a water block eventually, but I am going to burn test it on the stock heatsink and fan setup, and hopefully that should work just fine. I've heard great reviews so far. Durability, long life capacitors, dual ball bearing fans, and an automated manufacturing process ensure long-term reliability for your gaming build. So pretty much everyone these days is using the same capacitor batteries and whatnot, and most folks are using pick-and-place machines at this point. Although Asus does have some patents on some automation, I believe, that make their stuff a little bit more consistent. I've been pretty happy with it in the past, so there's that. Aesthetics, a dash of Aura RGB lighting shines through the Tuf logo, adding a layer of personalization to a range of decorative and functional effects. And that's basically the little bit of RGB that you get on this thing. I'm not super impressed with the RGB of this, but once I put a water block on it, it won't matter. Some people it may. I do like the stock aesthetics with the lights off. The way that the shroud looks without the RGB lit to me looks really nice, and I'll get to that a little further when I get hands on the hardware. Under software, hardware and software come together to let you fully customize your experience, get the most out of your graphics card. GPU Tweak 3 allows for hardware tweaking and monitoring, and Quantum Cloud utilizes your spare GPU computing power to generate passive income. That is a weird crypto claim. I have never heard of that before. I haven't delved too deep into the GPU Tweak software, but I will probably not be doing that given the profitability of GPU mining right now is pretty sucktastic, actually. I'm really disappointed that they shifted Ethereum to proof of stake. I used to do a lot of idle mining in order to basically break even on my graphics card purchases. This will be the first card that will not have that in a very long time. I started doing that with the 1080 Ti. That was several generations ago, and I've been upgrading dutifully every 2 years. I had the 2080 Ti, and I just pulled the 3090 out of my machine. All cards that paid for themselves in idle mining, and yeah, that's totally not a thing this time around, which is super sad. But c'est la vie. Alright, so key features: dedicated retracing cores, dedicated tensor cores, NVIDIA DLSS, Game Ready and NVIDIA Studio drivers, NVIDIA GeForce Experience, NVIDIA Broadcast, NVIDIA G-Sync, NVIDIA GPU Boost, GDDR6X graphics memory, PCIe 4, DirectX 12, Vulkan RT, Vulkan 1.3, OpenGL 4.6, HDCP 2.3, DisplayPort 1.4a, which is actually a sticking point. This really should be DisplayPort 2, but they didn't do that this time around, and that's pretty annoying. Next is supports 4K 120 HDR, which is while running here. 8K 60 HDR and variable refresh as specified in HDMI 2.1a. One of the biggest things that put me over the fence in choosing this 4090 over the other 4090s is that this particular card has 2 HDMI ports and 3 display ports. I have 3 LG CX 48-inch 120 hertz monitors here on my desk, and those are all HDMI displays. I have been driving the two outside ones on DisplayPort to HDMI adapters, but those do not support the G-Sync technology or variable refresh rate, which has been a giant pain in the neck. So yeah, I having a secondary real HDMI will enable me to have another one of these displays on G-Sync. I wish that there was a card with 3 HDMI ports as well as 3 display ports. They did have that in the previous generation, although those cards that were like that, I believe that 2 of them were HDMI 2 and one of them was HDMI 1.4, if I'm not mistaken. Which means that you wouldn't be able to use 4K on that third HDMI port. If you could, I would have owned one, but alas. So here it shows the layout. We've got 3 display ports, 2 HDMIs. You model number, part 15 FCC, the ultimate platform for gamers and creators, cutting-edge GPUs, AI accelerated performance, realistic and immersive graphics, game-changing responsiveness with NVIDIA Reflex. I actually want to mess around with Reflex. I haven't really messed around with that, even though I'm coming from a 3090, so I should be able to use that with that. Fine-tune drivers, fast track for creativity with NVIDIA Studio. I use that all the time. I am not using that right now, and the only reason I'm not using that right now is because the machine that this is going into is currently offline, waiting for this to go into it. So the machine I'm recording this on right now is actually a laptop that I have here on the desk, and that is not my typical machine, which is why you can see my background and all of my stuff that's going on behind me here. Let's see, is there anything else to see back here? I don't think so. We've been through a lot of it. Let's go ahead and crack this thing open. So I'm just going to go ahead and jimmy my screwdriver into this tape here. Don't need to damage my box, but getting these little tape circles off here is always a giant pain, and I don't have a knife at the ready. I think I would have prepared that in advance, but nope, I did not. There we go. So we've got this little flap here that I should be able to get out. And there we go. Okay. We got black Tuf Gaming there. Pull this inner box out. I think that's what you do. No? Maybe. Doesn't want to slide. There we go. Right, so I'll set the outer box aside for just a couple of minutes. Nice black inner box. Got Tuf Gaming. So it's a nice box with interesting ink and graphic design. It is just a cardboard box, but I do like their attention to detail when it comes to that. Oops. Oh, I guess I just lift from the front here. Maybe? Hinge? I wish they would give me some indication on the front of the box how this is supposed to open. Oh, there we go. Okay. It is hinged. And it opens like so. So there's the first look at the graphics card. Got the shininess there. We're going to ignore that temporarily. It's most good unboxing to do. So out of the box, we've got the 4 8-pin PCIe adapter. So let's go ahead and crack into that. This is the item that a lot of people have investigated and needs to be plugged in completely, which that's what a lot of various review sites that have investigated the issues with these particular adapters have said. So we plug it in completely, we shouldn't have any chance of overheating of the connector. It should just be fine. So we've got 4 PCIe 8-pin power adapters for a total of up to 600 watts of power here. That's crazy times. Let's see, we've got, looks like some hook and loop. Oh, patches. That's what this is. They're hook and loop patches. Let's say Tough Game. Be tough, game tough. Alright, what else we got? We have this guy, which is, looks like part of a stand. Oh, it's a mini screwdriver. It looks like some sort of measurement on it. So we've got a mini screwdriver that's Phillips. That's kind of cool. It is metal. It's nice, feels like aluminum. That fits in there. And I'm pretty sure that this is also used as the base for the graphics card Pro. This is really well machined. I like the way that this looks and feels here. Alright, so that ends the accessories that I see. Let's go ahead and take the graphics card out of the box. Alright, let's set that aside for a moment. You see another box worth of stuff. It looks like this is all the paperwork. Oh, what is this? Have bunch of things. Thank you for purchasing an Asus graphics card. Oh, okay. So this is a little foldable stand. You punch out these little pieces, and it folds into a graphics card stand. If you want to do that, there's a how to use barcode there, or not barcode, a QR code in the bottom. I'll hold this up to the camera here, so you might have a chance of actually using the QR code, maybe, if it'll focus. Focus. I don't know if y'all can get that. But, kind of cool, but kind of lame. I will never use this. I'm just going to put it back in the box. What else do we have in here? We have these Tuf Gaming trading card thingy. So the QR code. Check that out a little later. We have graphics card holder, using the graphics card holder. Yep, I was right. It is in fact a little prop that holds your graphics card in place. Pop out and turn around the little screwdriver part, or you can use it to hold up your computer. I actually have a prop that I really like that I purchased already, so I'm going to be using that. I'll probably end up using this more as a screwdriver than a prop, but it is cool that they do double duty. And it is magnetic. It actually picked up my my twist tie that I had on my desk here from my cable managing my desktop in that installation the other day. So at least I know that it's a magnetic screwdriver. It's kind of neat. What else? Certificate of reliability. They give all the standards they use for their capacitors and their various testing and their chokes. So they have really good components, apparently. That's what they're trying to advertise. We have a warranty card explaining all the warranty stuff. Hopefully I won't need any of that. We have a piece of paper that says, make sure the 16-pin cable is fully inserted into a PCIe port on the graphics card so that the plastic tab on the top of the cable connector clicks into place. So this is explaining to insert that connector completely so that it's absolutely flush and completely in there. Otherwise, it can cause some overheating problems on the connector and could conceivably cause a possible fire risk if you don't connect it properly. I will certainly be checking and double checking that before I turn it on. Note that the checking and double checking does not include unplugging and plugging it back in. I don't want to risk the connector failing due to high number of cycles. Just want to plug it in, make sure it's completely plugged in, and leave it alone. That's all you got to do in order to not have problems. Or so I've heard online. All right, and we've got a little quick start guide booklet. I am not going to go through this whole thing, but I am going to just read through it real quick to see what it's like. Graphic card installation, pop in a PCI slot, and connect your cables and your adapter. All of the different display types, oh, it looks like that's it. It's just repeated in a whole bunch of different languages. Yeah, quick start guide. It's like 2 pages, and I'm surprised they didn't just do that online, but I suppose if this is the only machine that you have and you need to know how to install a graphics card, there you go. I personally have installed probably thousands of graphics cards at this point. Most of them not mine on my own machines. I was a professional technician for quite some time, and in that time I have had to remove and install graphics cards a very large number of times. Anyhow, I'll go ahead and put all of this stuff back in here and get to the meat and potatoes of this operation, and that is popping open this graphics card and having a good look. If I can get all of these things back together again, Humpty Dumpty style. There we go. Got that right in the bottom where it was. Causing me trouble there. Alright, and this is the graphics card. Let's not drop it. Opening this anti-static bag, certainly keep that in the box, actually. Fold it down into there. Close the box's lid. Set this right on top so we can take a look. Alright, so this is the Asus Tuf Gaming OC 4090. As far as first impressions go, the front actually looks metallic. I don't know if it is metallic. There's a really big peel on here. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. This is my graphics card that's going in my workstation. Just a couple of minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and peel this off here. Oh, it looks like there's a tab that I missed. Peel it off from this section. Right here. That's any of the peels here. Really big one. Wow. Alright, so the shroud is in fact metal. It's a nice painted metal. It's definitely gray, like a little bit darker than what I would call a gunmetal. The finish on it is really, really nice. I like the way it reflects. It's semi-matte. You can see some of the gloss, but it's more textured. Setup here. These fans are enormous. The graphics card is just a wee bit larger, not by much, but a wee bit larger than the 3090 Gaming X Trio that I have. In fact, I have that right off to the side here, so we can do a quick comparison to that. Please note that I do have a water block on mine, but the length of the board is the length of the card. So I'll try not to drip water on this, because I pulled this out last night. So this is the 3090 Gaming X Trio, and just a bit of a comparison here in terms of length. It's about the same distance. So there's about this much more off the end of this. Um, and I do really like the Bixby block. I'll probably end up going with it this time around. I'll be sad to see the shroud go, unlike the Gaming X Trio here. The Gaming X Trio has kind of a disappointing cooler. The cooler itself is fine, but the shroud is very plasticky with the Gaming X Trio 3090 versus this feels industrial. Like it's all metal. I'm not going to break this kind of feeling. It's very light. For its size, it's very light. It's very heavy on this side of the card, not so much on this side of the card. So the board itself goes from here to here, which is not nearly as long as the Gaming X Trio. The reason for the bigness of this card is really just the cooler. It extends into this whole section. This is just cooler everywhere where this fan is. Actually, a little bit into this fan. This is all below cooler. With really nice vapor chambers. And this is just the card itself. So when I put a water block on, it's going to be a teeny tiny card. Here, this is the front of the card here. We've got the Tuf logo, the Asus logo, and another Tuf logo. I'm not sure what direction those spin. We've got this embossed Tuf Gaming, and the pluses and the target thing in the middle. We've got a little play there. It says mission 25 degrees, 7 minutes, I guess, and 37 seconds north. I'm actually not quite certain where this is. I'll have to look it up. Maybe it's the right footage or something. We've got little backwards plus play symbol I don't recognize. We've got these little things in the corner here. So there's texture that sort of brings this to life as sort of a prop they're going with their military pride, which is pretty decent. I mean, they did a good job. They went the full nine there. And the part that you actually see once the card is installed is this here. You get part of the cooler. You get the plug for the power here, which goes like this. I'm not going to insert it right now, but it goes here. I'm going to have to train these cables to go in a direction without actually depending on it. Be a trick, but it should do the job. So there's another peel here. Part of the previous peel, yeah, just a little bit. Not full one. I thought it was covering its logo or something. Got the Tuf logo, and this here. This is reflective. I believe there's LEDs under this. That's what I saw in the picture. So this part lights up. Just this little part here. Kind of wish that there was more RGB going on here. Maybe some stripes or something here. I think NVIDIA requires. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this, but I think NVIDIA requires that GeForce RTX be printed face out on the card. I think that's kind of lame. I would like to see like more RGB effects here instead of the GeForce RTX logo. There's a little Tuf Gaming logo on the side here, which is just fine. I don't really have a problem with the tiny Tuf Gaming. But as you see, GeForce RTX takes up most of the text block here with this little light up area in the corner. And the rest is really just heatsink. That's going to basically blow hot air out. So on the back plate, which is another peel, so I do need to peel that off. It is There we go. That. I really like the design that they put on the backplate. So there is that. I really like the way that this looks kind of like graphic tape in sci-fi TV shows. The way that these are designed. I don't think they actually mean anything, but it looks really cool. I like the hexagonal shapes that are connected. It's kind of a neat design that they've put in here. Again, I don't really like the big GeForce RTX logos. I wish that they would be significantly smaller. I don't mind the GeForce RTX logo, like in the corner or something, tucked away, but it doesn't need to be the boldest thing that you see. You've got the serial number up above, and you've got the backplate screws. Looks like they're pretty robust overall. Like what I see here, there's a performance mode and a quiet mode switch. It is set to performance mode by default. I'm just going to leave that alone. I doubt that I will make this quieter than it is. I'm putting this in a Fractal Design Meshify 2. I removed my water cooling gear from the Meshify 2, so it's completely just an airflow through case. Yeah, I don't think that I should have any problems with this big beefy cooler at all. Again, you have this entire open section here. There's a fan right underneath that, so it blows right on through. So this will blow up into the system. And in my personal case, I have three 120 millimeter fans at the top of my case that will go ahead and extract that air. I don't really see any sort of installation problems with this. Although, if you are trying to install this in a smaller case, or even a mid-sized case, I would say, this is going to be a really big card and difficult to install in terms of size. If you want to install this in a smaller case, you're probably going to have to water cool it. And the board, again, comes up to about here. So this is like the end of the board here. The rest of this is just heatsink, and you'd be dealing with a normal card size. So water cooling this, I would definitely recommend it. From what I have done in research, I don't believe that I'll get any additional performance out of this whatsoever by water cooling, even if I'm overclocking, because of the combination of this cooler being high performance and working really well, and the fact that liquid cooling this isn't really going to get you much in terms of boost, as this is voltage limited and not power limited. This probably won't generate much at all in terms of even overclocking workloads. We'll go ahead and pull off the cover for the PCIe slot, so we can go ahead and get that fitted. And as soon as I'm done with the video here, I will go ahead and install this in my rig. On the bottom of the card, we haven't really been over that too much. We've got the, of course, PCIe 16X slots here, and this is 4.0 PCIe 16. I would have liked to have seen a PCIe 5.0 connector here, or not connector, but bus here. And the reason for that is very specifically, if you wanted to use more than one PCIe device on any modern computer that is standard enthusiast chipset, like anything that's Ryzen 9 or below, anything that is Core i9 or below, basically anything that is not a workstation class or server class CPU. When you insert a secondary PCIe card in that second slot, the top slot becomes an X8 slot. Reduce the bandwidth of something like this pretty dramatically if you have another card in that secondary slot. It is a concern for me, as I usually would like to do 10 gigabit networking. I guess that's a big ask. It shouldn't be. It should be on everything. I will definitely rant about that in the future. 10 gig should be standard on everything now. I don't see why it's not. It's been around since, I believe, 2003, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been a really long time since we got 10 gigabit networking. It should be on all the things. And yet they're still trying to push 2.5 gigabit, and that's only on the super high-end stuff for some reason, instead of just giving us 10 gigabit on everything. I don't know why. Anyhow, enough ranting. Let's get back to the card look here. So this is the ports on the back side of the card. We did go over this a little bit by looking at the box. We've got 1, 2, 3 DisplayPort 1.4 ports, 1.4A. Not DisplayPort 2 like they should have for this. The deal there is if you have a 4K 240 hertz display and you want to drive it, you will not be able to do so at 4K 240 hertz with this card. There is simply not enough DisplayPort bandwidth. Same on the HDMI 2.1A ports. There just isn't enough bandwidth to drive a 240 hertz 4K display unless you move up to DisplayPort 2.0 or greater. I would really like to see DisplayPort to HDMI adapters for use on my displays here that support G-Sync. That is still not an option, unfortunately. Whenever I use DisplayPort to HDMI, I basically lose the G-Sync support. Super annoying. I'm glad to have these two HDMI ports instead of just the one that you normally find on these cards. So yeah, that all looks good. I'll go ahead and do this peel one here, as I have for the rest. And these are just little covers for the ports themselves. They look like they would be pretty easy to pop on and off. Actually, a little fight. So these are little rubber covers. I'm going to remove the two HDMIs and one of the display ports for now, because that's what I'm going to be using to connect my three LGCX displays. Actually, you know what? I'm going to undo one of the display ports as well. Sorry about the shaky cam. I'm going to undo one of the display ports as well, as I plan on plugging in my VR headset there. I have a Pimax 8KX that I plan on this as well. So, I believe that takes us through the entirety of the Asus Tuf 4090 Gaming OC. And yeah, that will conclude this video. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit the like button. If you don't, that button is there too. If you if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you don't, that button is there too. If you have any questions about this card, please go ahead and ask them down in the comments. If you have any comments for me, any tips, tricks, etc. For this card, please let me know. The things that I'm looking forward to the most with this are definitely the AV1 encoder. I've been waiting for hardware AV1 in something that I pick up for quite some time. I have been using some software AV1 for a little while now for archival purposes for video. I have a 5950X for my processor in my primary workstation, and encoding AV1 on the CPU is dog slow. It's there. If you have to do it, go for it, but I'm really looking forward to accelerated AV1 on this. Especially with OBS recording. I just record my archived footage for videos and live streams directly to AV1, and that's great. Also, the enhanced performance for CUDA and TensorFlow, for doing things like Blender, for doing things like Stable Diffusion, which is a really nice machine learning photosynthesis software, not photosynthesis like plants, but photosynthesis as far as synthesizing photographs based on AI prompts input. That's super fun and really, really cool to use. I also use NVIDIA Broadcast for doing things like backgrounds, which is not online right now because I'm using the laptop. I use NVIDIA Broadcast for doing all sorts of audio noise reduction. I don't know if you've heard any sort of additional noise on this video, but I'm currently using CPU-based noise reduction with an OBS at the moment. Overall, the gaming performance and VR performance should be outstanding with this card. I really look forward to putting it through its paces. There may be some future videos about that upon request. So if you're interested in those videos, let me know. Otherwise, please join me on Twitch most Sundays, usually around 10, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. And I have been working on a lot of 3D printer stuff recently. I'm going to be doing some computer build stuff there. On one of my previous streams, I built the At Games Legends Ultimate Arcade that's behind me there. I don't know if you can see that but I have an arcade console behind me, and that was super fun to build. And all sorts of electronics, modifications, mechanical stuff. So please hit that subscribe button, stay tuned, and take a look at my live streams on Twitch. Otherwise, you can find all of my information over on Cpgeek.org, including the Cpgeek.org Discord, where I talk about my projects, and I encourage you to talk about yours as well. So thank you for tuning in, and have a great day. Cpgeek out.